Hello folks, Chris VK3AML again. Unfortunately announcing that I won't be able to do a transmission and a live stream tonight, that is the 3rd of December, because this afternoon at 3 p.m. at Chelsea down by the bay, Peter Parker, VK3AML, will be holding a field day for constructors of QRP equipment and operators of QRP equipment. I'll be down there with my video camera and a microphone and a separate recorder that I'll be hoping to interview people with. And we'll run that video on the successive Saturday, the 10th or the 11th, whatever it is. So that's coming, but in the evening we usually get together at a restaurant in Chelsea for a debriefing after the afternoon's events and a good feed. In Chelsea there's a good pizza restaurant. There's also a good Peruvian restaurant where the best pork belly I've ever tasted is served, so it's unlikely I'll get home before 10 o'clock, and that'll crash into our normal opening time. I may, if I have time late at night, try to open it up for just a Zoom chat on my regular Zoom channel, but there won't be any formal presentation of pre-recorded material. It just won't fit in with the schedule of QRP by the Bay. A couple of subjects that have come up, been suggested actually for future Saturday evenings, is one is the usage of stainless steel for antennas, and the Manly Warringah Radio Club, as well as the high-powered version of QEX magazine, has done an extensive analysis of the usage of stainless steel, not only for antenna wire, but even for vertical mobile whips, which indicates that the ferromagnetic nature of stainless steel, plus its high resistivity, actually causes it to have a lot of losses that don't show up on an SWR bridge. So I thought I might present some material on that from the pages of QEX and the Manly Warringah Radio Club, possibly with an interview with somebody who's been involved with the measurement of those losses. It's one of the easiest ways of getting yourself involved with an internet chorus of derision to say that stainless steel wire is not suitable for antennas, but I'm afraid the maths and the science suggest that that's the case. On top of that, we're thinking of doing an evening on over-the-horizon radar involving the Jindalee project, which points north from Australia, more used for security purposes than anything else, and the 3 radars in Australasia that are pointing south at the auroral zone around the South Pole, the South Magnetic Pole, and those are the 3 over-the-horizon radar stations at South Bruny Island, Tasmania, in Buckland Park in the northern suburbs of Adelaide in South Australia, and in Invercargill, New Zealand, near Ararua. And I've been trying to get in touch with 2 prominent academics who are involved with that southern radar. Emma Bland, formerly of Melbourne, who's currently living in Spitsbergen in Svalbard, in Longyearbyen, one of the northernmost towns of Norway, on an over-the-horizon radar there, and she has done an internet lecture on the subject, which I hope to get clearance to use. And Professor John Devlin of La Trobe University. I've contacted John by email but have not received any reply, so I might give a bit of a prod to Professor Devlin this week at La Trobe Uni. Bit of news also before I finish this excuse for not doing a proper presentation this Saturday the 3rd of December. There's a new repeater in Melbourne, VK3 Romeo Kilo Mike, and it's on 147.075 megahertz. I think the subtone access is 91.5 hertz, and that repeater is on Moorabbin Town Hall. It's actually not all that strong from here, only about strength 8. So considering that we're almost line of sight to Moorabbin Town Hall, it must be running either very low power or a very small antenna. But I believe that the licence has been taken out by a private firm, so I'm not quite sure what intended purpose that has as yet. 147.075 megahertz, VK3AML, Moorabbin Town Hall. Anyway, that's all for this Saturday the 3rd of December. Thank you to those people who've been patiently watching us these last few Saturdays, particularly to Rolly, ZL1BQM, I think, in Auckland, who starts watching us because we start at 9:30 p.m. most Saturdays. He starts just watching us at 11:30 p.m. Auckland time, and quite often is still watching and involved with our Zoom chat at 2 o'clock in the morning Auckland time. So I have a great deal of respect for his persistence and endurance. With that, I'll wish all of you a good week until next Saturday. And you might care to try around midnight Melbourne time to see if I've done a Zoom chat, but at this stage, with my attendance at QRP by the Bay, Victory Park, Chelsea at 3 p.m, possibly rolling on till 10 o'clock at night and then taking me about an hour or two to get home via public transport, it's unlikely I'll be on. All the best until next week, folks. This is VK3AML Chris saying have a good week.